And then a cry came from across the universe, as if to say, and another thing! Welcome back to the Desolate Hope. Previously, we saved a human life. Oh yeah, also we were a virus the entire time. Spoilers! I guess it's not spoilers after the fact. But I did mention a super boss and some leveling. Well, I found out that levels don't mean a whole lot, and level 30 isn't the maximum. I spent a lot of time, like 3 hours, getting power-ups and kind of focusing on Alphys a bit. I got Alphys to like level 32, Malens is like 27, and Mirad and BioBeta are in their 20s somewhere. And it doesn't really help much. I don't know what the max level is. Oh yeah, and Pulsar's here too. He's still eating the Theta simulation. He's been at it for a few days now. Slowest antivirus ever, if you ask me. I only lost 1 day, even though I spent like maybe 10, because I kept on collecting power cores. But I did all this because there's one more virus. Or, I guess he might be an antivirus. I'm not sure. But he's been living under our nose this entire time. That's right, and he's pissed. It happens to be the training dummy. New and improved, it's Dummy's Revenge. This guy only has one thing going for him, and it's pretty much that he could hit you really, really, really hard. Ridiculously hard. And I changed all of my bonuses from the regular health and defense and then a little bit of speed and attack to all speed and all attack, because you don't really need it against this guy. He hits ridiculously hard. He hits about 8,000 damage every time he acts, and the only way you can really avoid it is you can't. He'll just randomly kill people. And there's not much you can do about it, except using Amos and Quick Repair and any revives you happen to have stocked. Other than that, you're pretty much just going to have to take whatever he gives you and like it. Amos is really, really helpful here, if you have gotten him. If you even knew he existed, because the game was kind of mum about that. And this guy is just absolutely ridiculous. Not a lot of charge tweaks work against him. You can't hack him because he doesn't have any strength, he doesn't have any defense. You can't hack his speed because it's already at the minimum a boss can be. And vulnerability will actually help you out a bit. It'll give you a saving grace now and again, but you'll have to build that back up on your own time. What you need to do is you need to stun him a lot, you need to keep him blinded, you need to keep him burning, you need to keep him poisoned. Other than that, he's not that great of a boss. Not at all. In fact, I'm not even going to talk about him anymore. I'm going to talk about what I thought about the game and what could have been changed. Like, the platforming sections. The platforming sections could have really used some work. Like, I don't know, add mini-bosses? I mean, the sub-game thing was a nice touch, but I could have used maybe every other boss could have been like a platformer boss instead. That would have been great. I would have enjoyed that one. But no, we really didn't get that. We got other things. We got, pretty much it boiled down to with the platforming sections. Once we got, like, all the shop stuff, there wasn't really much of a point anymore to going through any of the platforming sections. Because you could farm bits a lot more easily when you go into the sub-games and time kind of freezes there so you can spend as long as you want. You don't even need to get the charges, because you could have just exploited the dummy when he existed in his regular form instead of the ultra demon boss form that we have right now, which really isn't all that impressive. But he's still here, and he's being evil and a boss guy. Hey, what happened to one of my minigames? Are one of them still timed? That's ridiculous. I wish my minigames would stay up all the time. So platforming, the platforming sections weren't that great. Not in the least. I'm happy they existed, though, in their own form, in their own little way. If you're wondering why I'm not using Proto Wall, well, it doesn't help. It doesn't help me in the least. Proto Wall will absorb maybe about 2,000 damage. Still enough to kill somebody. I could have thought of maybe some more varied bosses instead of going with the 3.0 thing. That would have been kind of impressive. You could have gone with more varied boss attacks, but that's kind of just getting back into the variety would have been a good thing for this game. It would have been very helpful in the long run, but at face value, for what this game was and what it is now, I'd say it was a good pass. I'd put this game above the Five Nights at Freddy's series. And that's not just being bitter. I just don't think the Five Nights at Freddy's thing was all that fantastic. But it did have its moments. This game has its moments too. Especially when we got to Mirad seeing ghosts. That was always fantastic. But that's pretty much all I have to say on the game. I guess I'll turn this into like a mini update of what I'm thinking about. I would like to cover a game called Undertale. I'm pretty sure a lot of you people heard of it already. I've been checking out videos of it, and I do want to play it. I'm just waiting to get the money together to play it. And I think that would be a fun trip for us. In fact, I could probably make 2 Let's Plays out of it. Because there's things about it. The only thing that's really holding me back is that it handles save files in a really funky way, and the less I say about that, the better. Other than that, you're just going to have to wait and see what happens. As this guy's getting slow to dying, Mother 4 is still in development, and so is La Milana 2. But I'm optimistic about Mother 4. I think Mother 4 will be done... optimistically, I'm hoping for like December. If not, probably early 2016. La Milana 2, probably late 2016. It's got a way to go yet. So, Undertale would probably be a pretty good long LP trip for us until one of those games releases. Like, this game wasn't exactly that long. Hell, it made 15 videos. I'd put it somewhere in the middle. Short videos would have been like Frog Fractions or something. But there you go, that was the super boss. He hit us a few times and then he died. And now he respects me a whole bunch. I'll see you next time when I do my next video. Good night, folks.